We just saw Kaizer Chiefs playing against Golden Arrows at FNP Stadium. The score was 1-0. Goal scored by Aiden McCarty. You can't say he's young because he's over 20. Immediately, players over 20 is no longer young. This thing of saying a young, someone who's 20 years, 22 years is young. It's actually not acceptable. If you look in Europe, those guys who are 18 years, 19 years, 20 years, they're already superstars in their team. I think Mbappe, when he won the World Cup with France, was 18 years. So that was 2018. So we can't keep on saying players must improve. We need to encourage that. But the fact that Kaizer Chiefs won with an offside goal against Golden Arrows, are they challenging the league title? Obviously, I don't think Chiefs can win the league. I think even if you look at the lineup that I just saw, from the defense, you see weakness. Inacho, I don't trust him. Quiniga. Okay, but I'm not the one to analyze the game. We've got Coach KP and Kola. Coach KP, you saw the game. What's your assessment on it?
You can say from the lineup you see weakness at the back, whereas this is a team that has kept so many clean sheets. That's unfair, man. You need to give credit where it's due. They might have mistakes, yes, but the way the log is standing, the log is saying Chiefs is there. I mean, number one is on 29, number two is on 28. They are third with 27. So if we are going to overlook that, then it becomes something else. Well, I honestly think Chiefs they played okay, man. They played well because at the end of the day, the most important thing is to get 3 points. And for me, I always said currently Chiefs is not about the system or how well they play. As long as they get the points in the back of the net, I think confidence will grow. And that's exactly what is happening. I mean, they've lost one game the whole season so far. They've drawn six and then winning the rest. So it looks like they are on a verge of something. We don't know how far they will finish, but it's obvious that this season they will finish in top 8. So I think let's give credit where it's due. Yes, you did say already that a goal that I think it's an offside goal, but it's not given. So if it's not given, let's give it where it's due and say Chiefs won with Aiden McCarthy's goal.
Yeah, no, they did win with an offside goal scored by Aiden McCarty. Fabian McCarty's son, a person that I know very well, can actually feel proud when you see. I mean, I remember this boy when I was very young, seeing him playing for Kaizer Chiefs, now scoring goals or a goal. And a winning goal for Kaizer Chiefs in that match that takes Chiefs in the top 3. It's actually beautiful. Obviously, I'm not underestimating the fact that the goal was not given as an offside. At the end of the day, Kaizer Chiefs won. They collected 3 points. Kola, how did you see the game?
Yeah, it was a very interesting game. It was a nice game to watch, but I don't know how it affected Golden Arrow's preparation, the break. Like we said previously, Uti, whoever that's going to make the best of this break, yeah, AFCON, is going to have an advantage, resuming the season. Because now it's the second half of the season, people are playing to finalize their spot in the league. Others are fighting relegation, others are fighting to win the league, others are fighting to get into top 8. It's very interesting. And looking back into Kaizer Chiefs, we saw Eden McCarty playing as a fullback, which when the season started, he was playing as a centre back, as a left-footed centre back. So it's very interesting to see what they are doing now. And for them to get 3 points in a home game, first game of the new year, it's a motivational booster for them. And kudos to them. I mean, like Mamelodi Sundowns are number 1, Orlando Pirates are number 2 with 2 games in hand, which doesn't warrant points like we saw even last season. And then Kaizer Chiefs are currently number 3, which is good for South African football, seeing the top teams competing there at the top. It says Uti, the top teams are at least fine-tuning their well-being and they want to be where they are known to belong. So it was a good game overall. Kaizer Chiefs, seemingly for me, they dominated the game. They had more shots at goal. They dominated the ball position with like new combination taking place. So there is rotation in the players. It shows Uguti players have been working hard. We saw Pule Modi coming back into the starting lineup. Umdu was moved to the number 10 position. So it was quite a good game for them. As a former Kaizer Chiefs supporter, like as I was growing up, it's not yet there where we know them to be, Abafana Bokchula Nokolo, the Glamour Boys who play fancy and all of that. But I think it's just a matter of confidence now coming back into their system, and we'll definitely see the Kaizer Chiefs that we know them to be.
So, Kola, when you see Modi, Shabalala, Silva, Lilepo, obviously all of these players are not really scoring enough goals. What is it? Do you see weakness or you see strength that this team can win the league? What do you see? Yes, they will be in the top 8, but how far do you think they can go in the league? When you see those players I've mentioned, maybe to give a bit of a credit to Coach KP, yes, they've done 10 clean sheets for Peterson. The defense, you can give credit there. You can't underestimate it because it's the PSL, Kaizer Chiefs, everyone will want to score against them, but they've been solid. But going forward, what is it that you see when you see those players I mentioned?
You know, Nadim, I for one would say it's good to see a team that is solid from the back because it limits the chances of losing games, you know, which opens up an opportunity of winning games. So, as much as the forward players are not scoring more, let's give them credit in the job that they are doing because defense doesn't only start with defenders, it starts up there. And it doesn't mean Uti the goals only needs to come from the forward players because look who created the goal. Usilva got the header from the set piece, and Eden McCarthy find himself in a place where he managed to put the ball at the back of the net. So it's an overall goal. It's a team goal that you could literally say it's from training. You know, as much as it looked like offside, in my opinion, but it was not given as one. It warranted Kaizer Chiefs the 3 points. So I think when you've been scoring goals previously in the previous season, the most thing that you want to improve is not to concede. So I think the focus now turned into them not conceding a lot of goals. Maybe they've let side a bit in their offensive attack. But at least they are winning games with not conceding goals, which is something that is good for their game. They can build up from that, start improving their combination plays, their creativity up front, and hopefully they'll start banging goals there forwards.
Yeah, they have to because as it looks, I mean, Silva's their top goal scorer with 4 goals. Then we've got Mdu Shabalala with 3 goals. The rest on 2 goals, which is Shabalala, Serene also, and Ashir Tupri 1 assist. They've not really been impressive, Coach KP. What's your assessment on the match?
Well, the overall match, like I said, I think the defense was well solid, as everyone has said. And I think the most important thing, or the key player that I'm seeing, is Maboy. Maboy is giving Chiefs something that I think that's what they've been looking for into Tsele, but because Tsele is I don't know if he's too comfortable or what, but Maboy turns from defense into attack very quick, and then the combination between him and Omapolo was very, very well. Like Utola said, they allowed him do the freedom to move up. So like I said, I don't see any kind of football or the style of play that Chiefs is playing currently. I'm not gonna lie, but I love the fact that they are managing to get goals. Style
So
of
you
play,
mean they're
identity.
play? We are saying you
Yeah,
don't see a clear system. You are seeing play and hope.
no.
Play and hope.
No, I don't see a clear system at all. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, you can see that they're building from the back.
No, it's
It's good that you
understandable.
see
It's,
that.
it's understand. It's understandable. Kola spoke about the core coaches that is not working. So it goes back to Kola's point that they really need a proper coach to elevate themselves further. The core coaching, hence we don't see because the other guy who's coaching, Cedric Katze, who did an interview with Lerato Pango, was an interpreter to the. He came as an interpreter. We hear that he's a coach. He's got coaching badges, but how we know him in South African football was interpreting what Nabi was saying.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I don't see a clear system. Like I said it previously, Nadim, as much as we want to see all these systems, where Chiefs is at currently, the most important thing is getting points. And where they are sitting right now, they're sitting at third. So you can't come and say they are playing bad or else they're sitting third. The most important thing after all in football, for me, it's results. Because for as much as we want to see style of play, identity, and all those things, if you can have style of play and identity and don't get results, you'll get fired. So the co-coaching, as much as they are not giving that, they're giving Chiefs the points that are needed. And the other thing that was impressive for me was seeing their captain DDC Umaga Superman.
Coach, please
Yeah.
don't praise them too much because please don't praise them too much, Kaizer Chiefs guys. I would like to
No,
ask you because if you look at Kaizer Chiefs,
yeah,
it's Kukune, Amazulu. They won the same number of games.
yeah,
So
but then
don't really give them. I'm talking about the Kukune, Amazulu. Even Polokwane City have won 6 before today. It was same number of wins with Kaizer Chiefs. So don't like
Yeah, but
it's still halfway.
Nadim,
But the more the
Nadim,
league plays, that you're gonna see the gap.
yeah, but remember, we can only judge them with what it is right now. As it is, they are third. They are a point below Pirates. They are 2 points below the number one. So we cannot say in the long run this will happen. So let's give them credit now. Let's give them their flowers now. So that later on, if the ship changes, we can criticize. And it would be fair that, okay, they were never going to go there. But as I was saying, moving on, I was impressed with seeing the DDC captain, Mabaso, coming in. Yes, it didn't have too much on the ball, but it's good to see them moving their DDC players into the first team. One thing that I didn't like really appreciate or didn't like or I wanted more to see more, it's them playing with Silva. Silva has proven that he's a box striker. If you play the crosses, he's gonna deliver goals for you. You bring him in, but you don't deliver too much crosses. It's a question that I think the two co-coaches needs to work on it. Because if you've got somebody who looks very lethal on aerial, why not play aerial football? Build up, yes, from the back, get to the wingers and put in a cross. I would love to see that. I think if they work on that, then offensively, if they're gonna start with Silva, then they will get more results. And then just before you move on, Nadim, I honestly believe Chiefs has the squad. Maybe they don't have the team, but they've got the squad. You mean Velebai didn't play today? You still have Awoserino, whom are not there. Duprees are not there. So they do have the players. It's just a matter of can you turn that squad into a team? You see, so I think that's what Chiefs
Whiteside
need
is
to
not
do.
playing.
Why?
Whiteside is
Who?
not playing.
A
Well,
competition. My boy is doing well. Competition. Even before the league went for a break, my boy and who's this? Who's the Mato were doing extremely well.
yeah, no. 10-10. If you look at Kaizer Chiefs, they played 14 games and scored 14 goals. Really, they need to win. In order to win the league, you can't win the league like that, where you played same number.
Anything
I
is
mean, even
possible in
Durban
South
City
Africa, Nadim.
have scored the
Anything
same.
is possible. I mean, anything is possible. Last season, we saw Richards Bay fighting relegation, and towards the end of the season, they qualified for the top 8. So, who are we to judge? If Kaizer Chiefs can win with 1 goal per game and take the league, what are we going to say? They don't deserve it. If they are able to continue with 1-0 wins and collect maximum points, this is a league. It's not a cup competition where you want to score goals and there's a second leg that you have to play and consolidate. They are playing it the way they see fit. So how it's working for them currently, it is. But I still stand on my point, Uguti. Which philosophy are they going to follow when they have 2 coaches co-coaching? Maybe if there was 1 coach, then we could say, yeah, we see the identity of Kaizer Chiefs because they are following this coach's philosophy. But now it's difficult to say.
10-10.
The only thing that I can say is that they are getting results. That's all that matters for them now. And we all know when Kaizer Chiefs win, South Africa is happy, man. So that's all that matters. So if they win, everyone is happy here in Mzansi. So let it be.
Coach KP, anything is possible. 10-10 is saying they can score 1 goal and do the job. Do you agree?
It's possible. They've done it before with Stuart Baxter, remember, when they had a defender as a top goal scorer. So anything is possible. Nadim, you and I and 10-10, we've been saying, for as long as you don't concede goals, you always stand a chance. I mean, the team
And that
that is...
defender was Mashamai. That defender was Mashamaide, right?
Thank you. So, and they won the league. So anything is possible. It's just unfortunate that they're competing with the 2 powerhouses of South Africa in Mamelodi Sundowns and Pirates, whom they look very unstoppable, you see. But we cannot take away the fact that Chiefs has lost, 1 game? If you compare them to Pirates, you will see that Chiefs is drawing more games, but Pirates has lost 2 as compared to Chiefs.
That drawing is a problem. That
yeah.
drawing is a problem, coach. Jomosono once got relegated with 16 draws because that draws are a problem because yes, they've only lost 1 game, but they've drawn 6, which is a lot of number of draws. So if for me, I will agree, Chiefs, they are in contention of winning the league title. If they can change, just like we saw today, change those draws into wins like they did today, because on another day they were gonna draw this game 0-0.
Yeah, no, you are right. If they can change those draws into wins, then they become more closer to the top teams. But Nadim Gola touched on something, that the break, I call it the second preseason, it might have worked for Kaizer Chiefs, Because looking at the fact that Kaizer Chiefs didn't lose any player to the African Cup, so meaning the core coaches had a full squad to work on. So maybe that's what Golden Arrows lacked on coming on to today, because they somehow look lost, man. If we really look at the game, besides that Ndlovu ball that hit the pole, there was nothing that they were giving to Chiefs. It looked like one-way traffic. So maybe this break might have affected other teams. Maybe we're gonna see, like Utwala said, teams are fighting for their sports now. Maybe the other teams will rise up. Maybe others will go down. So there is a chance. It's just like the league is resuming. But if you look at it, it's resuming on a very tight log, because no one is far from winning the league. So that's why I'm saying currently we cannot write Chiefs off. And then I hope for Mangoba, he picks up from where he left off, quickly pick up, maybe take this as a first game from the break. Maybe the boys are still rusty and all that, but he needs to pick up, because the display that they showed today, for me, they were nowhere to be found. Yes, one can come and say, but Chiefs scored with an offside goal. Yes, but you need to be there in order for you to score that goal, that offside goal. Then what did you give to show that you wanted to score? I only saw that ball that hit the pole. Other than that, I think Golden Arrows just honored the fixture.
Yeah, I know also, Coach KP, that Arrows lost with an offside goal, but Kaizer Chiefs deserve to win the game. Kaizer Chiefs do deserve to win the game. If you look at the chances they were trying to create, obviously the goals attempt and all those kind of things, if you can pick that which team had deserve to win, I'll go with Kaizer Chiefs. And they are
Yeah.
continuing to where they were last season. Remember, Arrows lost the last 3 games to Pirates, TS Galaxy, and Amazulu. So now they've lost 4 consecutive matches. For me, with Arrows, you wouldn't expect much, because even in the first leg, they lost to Kaizer Chiefs 1-0. But last season, they beat Kaizer Chiefs home and away. It looks like this season, Kaizer Chiefs have gotten them. Now Chiefs are beating Arrows home and away. It's very clear that there is an improvement from the Kaizer Chiefs we saw last season to this season, because this Kaizer Chiefs this season was not like small things like this. A game that is so hard, where you don't see a lot of chances, but they will draw. But now they won.
I love the fact that you acknowledge that Chiefs has improved, and I think majority of South Africans we need to do them. They have improved. Nadim, is
No,
just
no, no,
that
definitely. Even it
yeah, no,
doesn't
go
matter
ahead.
what you say. The Pons tally support your statement, the coach, that they have improved.
Yeah. You see, they've really improved, because it's just them unfortunate that they are competing with Mamelodi Sundowns and Pirates, and it has to be like that. So I think it's good to see Chiefs. Yeah, yes, maybe they are not yet back, but they are building towards that. So it was good to see. And I don't know, Nadim, maybe the break didn't work very well for Mangoba. You know, sometimes too much of something can be a mess. Maybe you had too much time with the boys at the break and you tried too many new things. But also maybe it's just the rust out of the first game after a long break. But Chiefs made it, and they made use of it. And remember, this is a team that is playing in Africa. So I think Chiefs is handling the season pretty well so far. They are playing in Africa over the weekend. They've just collected their 3 points. So I think they are handling things very well for themselves so far. And we need to give credit to Aiden McKinnon. I love what I saw with
correct,
Aiden McKinnon.
coach. Yes, from the beginning of the season. What's your take that they've signed a player from Cape Town City? What do you know about the Xhosa Manyama?
I think he's the former left back. I think he used to play left back for them, jersey number 11, if I'm not mixing them.
Sorry, coach. The correct one is Xhosa Manyana. He's gonna join Kaizer Chiefs on loan. Interesting move. Does it mean Cape Town City have accepted that they will stay in the NFD if they are gonna let go of one of their key players to Kaizer Chiefs?
No, I'm not sure of the story, but apparently I think he was from USA, so he's now being loaned to Kaizer Chiefs for the remainder of the season. So my only question is, because I saw today all their left backs were not there. Marco is not there. Shinge, is it Shinge or Shange, the one that they've just recently signed, and then the Umlungu Cross, they were all not there. Yeah, they were all not there. And if this is the right player that I'm thinking I think he's a very good player. He will add value. It looks like Chiefs are going the Capetonian way. You look at their recent signings, Valibai, Batman, looks like the Cape Town boys are coming into Chiefs to add on. So for now, let's wait and see what he brings to the team, and then hopefully he gives them more.
Yeah, no, let's hope it looks like he was based for in Cincinnati. That is the name of the team. Cincinnati from the USA. He's been there. It's very interesting signing for Kaizer Chiefs. Bobby Mtaung, I thought he was saying, I don't know, I heard the way they say they're not going to sign anyone, but now they're starting to sign, which is the right thing. Because if you look at the squad, obviously, with the injuries that comes through with the season, you always need to bolster the squad. But I'm a bit worried, coach. Do you think they need to sign a striker looking that they've scored 14 goals in 14 games?
No, they don't need to. They've got Ecuador there. They just need to find how to utilize their strikers. That's what I'm saying. Silva looks lethal, Riyadh, but they're not delivering those crosses. So I don't think they need a striker. Honestly, if
Okay.
you have to get a striker, you're just gonna confuse the whole thing. Just keep the strikers that you have. Find a way of getting your strikers. Ecuador as a hold-up play. Silva looks dangerous on the crosses. Deliver them. Find a way of playing with those strikers. I mean, they've got Dupreez, whom they're failing to use, who was hitting the back of the net as Stellenbosch. So they just need to find a way around it.
So you mean I saw Mabasa scoring today against Skukune? Stellenbosch won that game 1-0. So you mean even a striker like Mabasa Kaizer Chiefs didn't need him in this general transfer window?
You know, one thing that I've realized is Pirates was very smart in this transfer move. They're sending players to destabilize or to kill or to win them the league. Remember, Pirates is playing Sekhukhune come Saturday. He was released at the right time and he scored against Sekhukhune. So already Pirates is opening a gap. So there was no way that Pirates was going to send Mabasa to Kaizer Chiefs. They still have to play Chiefs twice. So I think it was a smart move for Orlando Pirates. The very same boy, hopefully he goes and score against Sundowns or continue scoring. I think that was a smart move. And I think Stellenbosch is playing his football. Look at where he scores the goal. Just a tap in the box. That's sniper for you. That's where he's more useful and that's where he's more dangerous. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's playing and I'm happy that he's hitting the back of the net because we all know he's undisputed when it comes to scoring. He can score goals. It's just that the system in Orlando Pirates didn't work in his favor.
So were you not shocked by Skukune losing to Stellenbosch, especially that Skukune were at home? And considering that Skukune also have been on top of the table team from the beginning of the season.
The problem with most South Africans, you guys are undermining Kevin Hunt. Kevin Hunt might not be the newer or the favorite coaches to most generations, but he knows what he's doing. And with the team that he has at Stellenbosch, like I told you, they are not going to relegate it. So I wasn't surprised. Sekhukhune started very well, but look at their, I think, 3 or 4 games towards the break, Sekhukhune was shaking. Yes, they have signed, but it means things are not very well. So I'm not surprised in that. And I think Stellenbosch is still going to surprise now.
Yeah, they can still be relegated, coach Stellenbosch, because remember Gavin Hunt struggled with SuperSport last season. If they continue, obviously, getting such wins, obvious, just like they won today, I'll agree with you, but you never know. It's still halfway of the season. It's still a long way to go.
Yeah.
It's been proven many times in my experience, in order to survive relegation, you need 30 points.
30 points.
Now they are way below the 30 points. They are still on 15 points. I've seen teams starting very well, like Vasco da Gama. They were in the top of the log in January. I mean, top half of the log in January. Then end of the season, they get relegated. Stellenbosch, for me, Mabasa, I think is a good addition, as you say. But well done to Kaizer Chiefs on their impressive victory. I can't say impressive victory. Their victory against Arrows, because obviously the goal was a bit suspicious. It looked like an offside. Obviously, it was an offside. I mean, we watch football every time. But the fact is, a win is a win. The fact that Kaizer Chiefs have only lost 1 game the whole season, that tells us that this team, it is going to the step to the right direction, even though gradually, but it is. Can they win the league? No, this team is not going to win the league. I just don't. I prefer to be straight to the point and not lie to people. Kaizer Chiefs, this team cannot win the league. It will be a cold day in hell if this Kaizer Chiefs team can win the league. They don't score enough goals. That's my main problem. And if you look at Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates, I can guarantee you they will definitely finish higher than Kaizer Chiefs. For Kaizer Chiefs to win the league, they need to finish higher than Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. And I don't think it's going to happen. Coach.
Yeah, well, in my closing remarks, I agree with you. I don't think they will win the league. I don't think so. As much as I'm happy that they're playing the way they're getting results, it's the most important thing. And you see the youngsters, Mdu is playing, Veleba is coming, Batman is coming. It's good to see Chiefs competing. As for winning the league, I don't think so. But you cannot write them off. football doesn't have a day for, so anything can happen. So we are waiting for Orlando Pirates come Saturday and see if they will be able to win against Equipuni. And then yeah, in closing, man, good to see Mabasa back and scoring, and all the best for the remainder of the season.
Definitely, coach. Good to see Mabasa, and all the best to Kaizer Chiefs against Zesco in Zambia in the CAF Confederations Cup, as well as Mamelodi Sundowns. That's it from all of us. That's how me, Coach KP, and Kola saw the match. Congratulations to Amakosa Mashe for going to third place, and also congratulations to Stellenbosch for beating Skukune. Obviously, you don't want to see teams like Stellenbosch getting relegated. They are the only team in Western Cape. Imagine such a huge province. They are the only team. Imagine if a team like Stellenbosch get relegated. I think Orlando Pirates and Sundowns did well by loaning them some few players. It's going to help them and become stronger. Goodbye, everyone.